Hello students, welcome back to the third video of Battle of Buxar. We saw in the previous video about Battle of Plassey how Sirajud-Daulah got defeated by the company, okay, the British company, and Mir Jafar was the person who had gone against the Sirajud-Daulah, and that's how the Battle of Plassey was won by the Britishers. Now when Battle of Buxar, children, what is happening is company was interested more in trade, in taking over the administration. Company was interested more in trade, not in taking over the administration. Focus on this, okay. Administration part they didn't wanted to have control, but they wanted control over the trading, because the main purpose here in India was just to trade, not to do any other work. Later on they had a thought of becoming the rulers. Company found it difficult to work with the puppet Nawabs also, okay. They had become puppets because Mir Jafar was assigned, or he was given the throne after Sirajud-Daulah. When he came to the throne, Britishers started asking for a lot of things, okay, concessions or say the permissions or over the territories and all. That was being given as a grant because they were made as Nawab. So now company had problem with the puppet Nawab. Why? Because they were going against. Basic appearance of dignity and sovereignty was to be maintained, and due to this they were not as helpful as the company wanted to be. Okay, the puppet ruler also, they also have their dignity. Okay, they started giving permissions and everything in the beginning. So once they started giving, they started taking the whole hand. One finger you give, the people will take the whole hand, you have heard, right? Same way, okay, Britishers started capturing, or they started asking more and more. Now the dignity played an important role in this. So the puppet ruler also spoke up. He said, now we will not allow this to happen. This in turn, okay, led to another war, another battle. How? Mir Jafar, the puppet ruler, at the time, he protested for his subjects. Now he is thinking for his people. He is not only thinking for the Britishers. Britishers gave the seat, okay. They came and they sat, okay, made him the Nawab. But now, not only Nawab, you have to think by the, because your dignity also matters as a king. Once you sat, you are thinking for your subjects, your people in the kingdom, not only the Britishers. So company deposed him and installed. So company is not satisfied with what Mir Jafar did. So now company wants to install another person. So they go for Mir Qasim. Okay, they are putting Mir Qasim, who is the son-in-law of Mir Jafar, to the throne. So Mir Qasim comes to the throne in place of Mir Jafar. But after a time period, Mir Qasim also complained against the company officials. Okay, Mir Qasim also agreed, okay, I am getting the throne to sit, why not? So he accepted all the things, okay, and started paying off money or the territory what they were asking to sign, in that signing and giving them, and they started annexing a lot of territories as well, Britishers. But now the problem started with Mir Qasim also. Mir Qasim said, now he started taking stand for his people, for his rights, for his dignity. So now the thing happened like this, that Britishers were not happy with Mir Qasim. They asked, you are my puppet ruler, means we have made you to sit onto the throne, you have to listen to me. And he is going against the Britishers. So Mir Qasim was defeated in Battle of Buxar in 1764, and again Mir Jafar, okay, Mir Qasim was defeated in Battle of Buxar in 1764, and then again after Mir Qasim, they put Mir Jafar to the throne. Somebody should be there who could take care of the administration. They only wanted to trade. Administration purpose, they had kept this puppet Nawabs, they will listen to and they will do as per their, whatever their wishes are, that will be granted by this puppet rulers. So Mir Jafar was reinstalled as Nawab. Why he was reinstalled as Nawab again? What happened after Battle of Buxar? You can see this Battle of Buxar, whole fight which took place, and you have Mir Jafar, okay. Events after Battle of Buxar. After the reinstallation, okay, after the reinstallation of Mir Jafar as Nawab of Bengal, he was forced to pay, okay, he was forced to pay how many rupees? 5 lakh every month to the company. Mir Jafar, when he came to the throne, he was asked to pay 5 lakh to the Britishers. By the time Mir Jafar died in 1765, the mood of the company had changed. No more puppet Nawab. Life declared, we must become Nawab ourselves. Okay, that is what they decided, that now we have to become the Nawabs of ourselves. Dignity plays very important role. So we need to think over our subjects. Okay, in 1765, Mughal emperor appointed the company as the Diwan of the province of Bengal. After acquiring okay, Diwani right, company used the rights over Bengal. How this created a huge loss of resource for India. Now trade before the Battle of Plassey, before Battle of Plassey took place, the rights which they got, the Diwani rights which they got, what had happened in that case? Indian goods, they got it at cheaper rate, and they brought in gold and silver. Okay, so Indian goods they took from us in cheaper rate, and gold and silver they had given. Okay, give and take process used to take place. But in the second case, as you see, trade after the Battle of Plassey and Diwani rights, Indian goods they took it, okay, gold and silver also they took from here. Where they took it? They took it to Britain. Okay, from here gold and silver plus the Indian goods were sold in Britain. Earlier both give and take process was there. Later on the whole thing they used to get it at cheaper rate and they used to sell. Now the revenue from India was used to finance company expenses. All the revenue which they collected, okay, they started using for the expenses of the army. Okay, trade, maintaining troops, building fort, all was done on Indian money only. Everything they earned from India and they used for the purpose of the company itself. They didn't get it from their place. Okay, so this is how they started conquering or ruling over our people. Company officials became nabobs. Okay, the word nabobs, the nawabs which we say, okay, they used to call nawabs, new term, that is nabobs. They were not able to pronounce it properly, so it was nabobs. Each company servant began to have a vision of living like a nawab. Everybody had a purpose. Okay, now the thing is changing. After Battle of Buxar, Nawab started having a new thinking. Why not we become like Nawabs and we start ruling over India? So that's how the whole intention started. After Battle of Plassey, the company official began to acquire vast sum of money and gifts from the Nawabs of Bengal. As I said in the previous video, that they had to pay almost 5 lakh rupees, okay, and they started giving gifts to the British company. So after Battle of Plassey, company officials began to acquire vast sum of money and gifts from Nawabs of Bengal and created their fortune in India. They started creating their own fortune. They started becoming, you can say, as Nawabs in India. For example, Robert Clive, okay, made an Indian fortune, means he had, by the time he had earned lot of wealth, almost 4,01,102, okay, dollar. So that was too much in those days. Okay, so Robert Clive had already earned this much amount, and he had, you can say, cases which were run over him, because in those times you couldn't have that much amount. Company could have, but you personally cannot have or hold so much of wealth. But he had already amassed for himself a lot of wealth. Not all company officials succeeded in making money like Clive. Okay, everybody was not able to get those amount, but we have Clive who had got, as I said, 4,01,102 rupees he had earned. It's not Indian rupee, but it is the dollars, in dollars. Many died early death in India due to disease and war. Most of them had died due to diseases and war. Not all company officials, we are talking here about the company, not all company officials succeeded in making money like Clive. Many died early death in India due to disease and war. Not all were corrupt and dishonest. Many came from humble background as well. Okay, here when we are talking about these people, okay, they are talking about few members. Everybody is not corrupt. Few members are surely corrupt. Few members are honest people, humble people. Okay, so here we saw about Clive. Then the other people who are there, okay, they were from very humble background they came. Company rule expands. Period between 1757 to 1857. Expansion of company rule by the annexation of Indian states. Okay, they started annexing all the Indian states. Okay, this is a new way of or new policy to annex the wealth or the property from Indians. But company rarely launched the direct military attack. They did not directly attack, but they used the medium of using policies and attacking over the people and getting the territory. For example, East India Company used a variety of political, economic and diplomatic methods in the process of annexation. How? After the Battle of Buxar 1764, company appointed residents in Indian states. What they did after Battle of Buxar in 1764? They kept their residents in the Indian states. Okay. Now they will give all the information what is happening in the kingdom of the kings. Okay. So all the information directly goes to the company, and the company people know, okay, they are planning these things. So commercial or political agent whose work was to serve the interest of the company. Policies such as subsidiary alliance, doctrine of lapse and policy of paramount. These were the different policies which were planned by the Britishers so that they started ruling over. Subsidiary alliance, doctrine of lapse and paramountcy. Okay, so this is how the different policies were put in so that they could have control over. We will meet in the next video, children. Till then, bye-bye.